medical doctor. Bawa tu medical doctor. After tu pergi doktor.
Assalamualaikum and good morning. I'm here to share with you the study from Malaysian data on survival analysis of colorectal cancer patients with tumor recurrence by using global score test methodology. This is a first collaboration between our team in UUM and HUKM. So, what about colorectal cancer? By definition, is the cancer of the colon and the rectum. So worldwide today, well, as of 2012, global cancer data, colorectal cancer is actually the third most common cancer in male and the second in female. That's worldwide. How about in Malaysia? In Malaysia, colorectal cancer is the second most common cancer, and this is according to the National Cancer Patient Registry back in 2007. But rumor says now it has become number one. It has overtaken lung cancer. Now it's number one type of cancer in Malaysia. Okay, so based on 2007 data, for female, colorectal cancer was second after breast cancer. Breast cancer still prevails as number one. And in male, it's second after trachea, bronchus, and lung cancer. Actually, we only have this data from Malaysia, whereby 2,246 cases were diagnosed. This represents 12.3% of all cancers reported in Malaysia. And of this, there's ethnic differences. Chinese seems to dominate by 55%. Malay comes second, 39%, and Indian very low, 6%. And in fact, worldwide data is showing that India, the country, India, has got the lowest incidence of colorectal cancer today. Okay, and there's a lot of research ongoing to study why India. Is it the curry? Possibly. Okay, now, Malays eat curry too, right? Okay, and also another fact is that there's higher incidence among males compared to females. So males, watch out what you eat. Right?
Fasting.
Fasting is very good. Yeah. Okay. Now it's a festive season, Hari Raya. Alright, and as the life expectancy increases throughout the world, it's expected that the incidence of colorectal cancer will continue to rise everywhere in the world. Okay, so when you have colorectal cancer, typically depending on your stage, which I will explain later, even if after surgery, the tumor may recur. Okay, and when this happens, in terms of analysis of the data, this will be, you could have for each patient bivariate data, which is one, time to tumor recurrence after the surgery, and also how long the patient survived after the first surgery, which is time to death. Okay. And in such case, now, the common univariate survival analysis method are no longer suitable because the outcomes of the same patients are correlated. For example, if you want to evaluate certain new drugs, which time do you take? Is it time to recurrence or time to death? Which one is of a higher weight? So should we take consider both? Okay, now about colorectal cancer. So a bit of a diagram here. So every one of us has this. Okay, so that's your colon, right? And that's the your rectum part. And this explains the stages from stage 0, very initial stage, stage 1, a bit penetration there, 2, 3, and it just worsens. As the stage number increases, so is the widespread of the cancer, and it is more difficult to treat. Now, most of the cancer patients, they need to come for follow-up at a regular interval. Therefore, this method actually uses the interval censored approach. Suppose a cancer patient assessed on time to tumor recurrence, we call it T1, and time to death, we call it T2. And of course, each event will be independently censored. Therefore, you have at each interval different subjects, different number of subjects at risk for individual failures, T1 or T2, and also for both failures happening within the same set of intervals. Okay, this is just an illustration of interval censored data. where X, the crosses, is an event, and the smiley are those who are censored, those who are known to survive until that point of time. Now, these outcomes are correlated as mentioned earlier. So there are a few options to analyze this data. One, the simplest one, not the most accurate, is to ignore the correlation between within clinics in such case where patients are randomized between two treatments, but you have got different number of different clinics. Yeah. Okay, and if you fit treatment only, then your results will be biased to 0. Then if you fit a fixed effects model, that will also not give you a desirable result, not the best model. Or you could fit a stratified model. It's a problem if you have many clinics but very small number of patients. The most preferred method so far is to allow for within clinic correlation, or as in our case of colorectal cancer, to allow within subject correlation. Okay? And two well-known models are frailty models, where you model clinic effects as random variables, and the next one is marginal models, where you take individual time endpoints and then you adjust variance estimate for correlation. So the well-established method is those of Weil and Westphal since 1989, and most recently the one that's recommended by Zane and Whitehead. Objectives of this research is to determine the correlation for these multiple endpoints, which is time to recurrence and time to death, by using this global score test method, and to evaluate the overall treatment effect using the estimated correlation, and to compare the new method, Zane and Whitehead, with the Weil and Westphal method. And we applied both methods on this colorectal cancer patients data available at a local hospital. And this, let me just show you the profile data. So this was taken from patients diagnosed between 1994 to 2013. You can see it's following here the general worldwide incidence, where male slightly higher than in female, and still Chinese dominates by about 60% in Malaysia. Okay. As far as the age at diagnosed, those 50 and above forms the majority of the cases, and the stage at diagnosed for Malaysia, about more than 80% is actually in stage 2 and 3. Okay, this high number is stage 4 as well. For these 161 cases assessed, for time to recurrence, 29 patients actually had recurrence. Okay, and they had all these patients, again, the tumor were removed, and majority were as elective, not emergency. Yeah? After removal, 29 had recurrence, and then about 34% actually later on died, and the other 60%, good news, still alive, and some lost to follow up, about 7%. Okay, this is the univariate data analysis using Kaplan-Meier for T1 time to recurrence. You can see that initially, this is about the same, whether it's elective or emergency. The bottom one is the elective surgeries, and the blue one is the emergency ones. About the same up until survival probability about 0.85, and then those under elective continue gradually decrease up to 0.6, whereas those under emergency surgeries, they actually kind of remain stable there. Okay. For T2, time to death, there's a sharp, gradual decline there, and similar trend typically. Okay. Right, a bit about global score test method. Considering the treatment advantage, well, this actually it's sum up. Yeah, you can see there the score test statistic Z prime. It's just a summation of the two. Z1 relates to time to tumor recurrence. Z2 relates to time to death. Same with the variance for log run statistics. However, now if we're talking about the variance of the summation of Z, it's now affected by the covariance structure. So we need to add that particular equation there. Oops. Wrong button. Right, so with the interval censored approach, we could equate to the usual log rank statistics, but we need now to estimate this C12, which is the covariance structure there. Right, this is a bit on the how it's being defined, like survive, yes or no. You have number of failures, number of success, and also number at risk. That's the usual survival function for patients. And this data is taken as the treatment advantage. Okay, the general expression, and the assumption is that for small amount of treatment effect, and Z follows normal distribution with the variance and mean as such. And to estimate the correlation, we use this equation, which was already reported by Zia Whitehead in 2013. And this covariance estimator is applied in this case, and from there we could get the summation of all the pairs of covariance for each pair of intervals will give us the total covariance, and from there we can get the correlation as shown here. So applying both methods that have been done while on the colorectal cancer data, correlation was found to be about the same. Yeah, it's well moderate to high, and the overall treatment effect is showing no significant difference between whether the patient undergo the surgery based on elective or emergency. And so both methods give similar results. No significant difference, moderate correlation. So to conclude, incidence for Chinese, for the Malaysian data that we use, incidence for Chinese is significantly higher than Malay, and which is similar to the 2007 data. Higher incidence in male compared to female still, and most cases detected at stages 2 and 3, and of course on the patients age 50 and older. We also observed that score statistics of time to recurrence and time to death are moderately correlated. It's now about 0.5 to 0.6. And ZW gives comparable, consistent results with Wallenberg-Spell. Simple computation, you can just use Excel file, you don't need complicated SAS programming whatsoever. Okay, with that I thank you.